Well, welcome back to Life at the Outpost, your unofficial All Everything Cowboys podcast. Not a lot to talk about this week, unfortunately. Got the final bye of the year. Very fortunate one right at the end of the season, an extra 2 points.
And a safety net?
And a break. A well-needed break, it seems. Especially after last week. That was an unfortunate game and an unfortunate performance again. I don't know, the boys, maybe just a bit of a reset, and I hope for a good run there, because we're playing final two games. I didn't realise they were both home games, which is also very fortunate, up against the Tigers and Raiders here at home. Tigers should be a bit easier, but that's exactly when we seem to falter, like we did last week. 32 points to the Eels, to our 30. And that 30, I mean, most of that only came in the second half, I think, really, through some very flashy, mind you, flashy efforts and performances, but nothing.
Shout out John Bettman.
Yeah. And even that Purdue try, man. God, that Purdue try was good.
Very, 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 very incredible.
Yeah.
Very well executed by Purdue.
Yeah.
Really saw what we saw when he was out in the centres.
Yeah.
But in the middle.
When he was making a name for himself and first breaking out on the scene, right?
That's good stuff.
Yeah, just killing it. Footwork, insane, and like gliding, almost Hemiso-esque. Just those steps and that footwork, almost like he was on some sort of treadmill, or he had some fucking rocket skates or something on. Breaking ankles and hearts. But yeah, unfortunately not to be. Really what did us in, it was 30 all. That 2 points came from a dubious penalty, I'll say, at best. A nice, and again, because it sucks, because it happened pretty well exactly the same way up here earlier in the season. Moses taking a dive, copium from the Eels fans saying, how was it a dive when he was already on the ground? But you know exactly what we mean. Your halfback and star player that you build everything around can't win a game on effort and merit very often, unless it's in New South Wales camp. But so has to play to the rules, rather, which he did. Don't have a problem with the ruling being contact with the head, resulting in a penalty, but yeah, I don't know. When you see other things get called incidental and whatnot, and it was a slap to the face. I don't think it was forearm that made contact with his cheek. I think it was more of a slap or anything. But when they look at the fact he knocked the ball on, which was the big thing to me.
For me, it was more so that he's already knocked the ball on.
Yeah.
And at this point, he's just sliding along the ground. And he sees Tom coming at him.
Yeah.
So he intentionally puts his head up to take a hit.
Yeah.
I think for me, that's the sort of shit we really need to get out of our game. Obviously, I'm gonna come off as biased because I'm a Cowboys supporter, but that it's just bad. It's just bad for the game. Yeah, it's terrible for the game.
A lot of the neutral supporters I see going on about, that's the rules. He played to the rules. Cowboys' fault. Cowboys should have been better. Blah blah blah. Whatever. That's right. But if you genuinely aren't mad that that's how a game like that ended, all well and good, it's not your team, whatever. But if you genuinely aren't mad, like it could have been any other two teams. Or Eels playing.
I still would have had the same opinion.
Yeah, I would have been just as mad for the fact, and we talk about it on the other podcast all the time, we see that shit happen, but would have been just as mad for the fact, especially Moses, the type of player he is like that, like he will take any dive. There is no shame. Seeing Todd Smith earlier in the game call him out, and I don't know whether it was meant to be on the live speaker, or live mic rather, but it was coming over TV, the TV broadcast, telling him to back off and pull his head in basically for running to him, whinging or challenging stuff. That's just, I don't know, the type of player he is. When times get tough, instead of digging in, it's almost like an out. He starts to look for outs in that, I think.
I just hate the fact that he just has no shame. Like that's
almost.
To win a game in that manner, is disgusting. It's shameful.
Gordy he said something where I find it hard to take a whole lot of what Gordy says on, but he said something that sort of did resonate, which was it's ruining the fabric of the game, which is
it is
undeniable. When you reward players for things like that. And then other times, you know what I mean? It's all good. Other times where you can say it's incidental. Okay, cool. There is some sort of, thinking to that, calling it incidental, or rightio, we'll take the responsibility and call it incidental. But you see something like that, overrule a clear error to pull that up. It's like, what's the point? What's the point in anything? You know what I mean? What's the point in making a tackle, even trying to bat that ball back or continue the play? You know what I mean?
It also ruined the game. Like we could have had an actual golden point thriller.
Moses could have slotted a 2-point field goal. He could have slotted a field goal. He could have set up a try, and
he could have earned it.
Yeah, it could have earned it.
He could have earned it.
Yeah. Eels could have had a solid win. But no, just another error.
And I'm with you. I struggle to agree with Gordy sometimes, because he's become a bit of a shock jock, really.
He does like to just go against the grain,
just to get the rage bait. I struggle to agree with him sometimes, and his merit, but that's a big call, and it's true. Yeah. It's like we're watching soccer games unfold in front of us. It's true. It is truly awful. Seeing people dive like that.
Why not? And it doesn't surprise me if it was something like that will happen. But why not challenge a challenge? Why not? No, you can't challenge that, because I challenge your right to challenge. I challenge the result of that challenge. Maybe you review it again and you see it differently or something. But I don't know. It just it sucked to lose again this year to a dive to the same player and by such a slim margin. But I guess the big takeaway was off the back of an error, as soft as it was an error, which was story of the game probably.
And really, we'd also just spent time talking about the Penrith game, how we've gone back like the entire way through a play to call back a play essentially. Yeah. Well, hey, what about Moses dropping the ball like 5 seconds prior to that? Yeah. And being a clear knock on. Yeah. I mean, it makes no sense. It really just doesn't make any sense.
The call, the live call too from the bunker was, while we acknowledge he's knocked it on, there is a serious infringement, being the high contact. Can't make contact with the head, whatever. But to overrule it based on that, I don't know, man.
It's a tough go. Truly a tough go.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
What can you do? At least we have a bye this week, so we can recuperate.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Not think about Mitchell Moses and his team not making the 8 because the sun will explode before they win a premiership. So
the mindset or the narrative was insane from Eels fans, going on about I saw a lot of stuff about Cowboys fans and the Cowboys being soft and soft cocks and whatnot, not being able to beat the Eels, but it's like, bud, I don't know, if you're talking about anyone being a soft cock other than Moses in regards to that game, you're on the Isaiah Iongis, you know what I mean? You're punching Iongis hard. So, I don't know. The other one too was how Eels might not be playing the finals again, but they're deciding who does. I don't know how you've decided anything there. The only thing
we're still going to play finals.
The only thing you're deciding is that someone else other than you gets a spot in the finals. That's the only impact the Eels have on the finals every year. But enough of throwing the shade, I guess, to the Eels. Their season's done. They're already mad Mondaying. They're going to get run over even worse this week. But story of the game, I think probably errors, poor choices and things. Big one was, and we probably got let off a little bit, having Cotter sent to the sin bin.
That could have been a penalty try. Yeah,
easily, probably should have been. So we probably got lucky on that one. But Just the fact that no one was there ready. Obviously, he didn't get back to the line, so he was offside and whatnot. Drinkwater affected the tackle by knocking that ball out. That's why it was a no try, but because Cotter was there.
I mean, it wasn't even really the fact. For me, it wasn't even really the fact that no one, like, he wasn't onside or anything like that. It was the fact that he was actually going back.
Yeah, and then stopped.
he just stopped for some reason, like, and he was like a meter away from the from try line. Like, he would have made it back there comfortably and still made it back to that same play. But it just is a little bit of a brain explosion. He could have definitely given away a penalty try there for sure.
Yeah.
We defended that set.
Yep.
So we got off really scot-free from that.
Yeah, so, in comparison to what it could have been, or probably should have been, really. But just poor choices, poor effort, a little bit directionless again.
Yeah, not having a proper 7 really does hurt. And look, don't get me wrong, Purdue, I think, has had the last 2 weeks has been pretty good. Right?
Yeah,
it hasn't been bad.
Being better than what we've seen when he gets slotted into 6 on a whim.
But the problem that we're seeing currently is that we've just not really got a structure to the end of sets, and it really does show. And it really, if you look at it, it's not really Jackson's responsibility to get that as well. He's essentially supposed to be a utility. So at the end of the day, you look at it. So I think once we get Tommy back, it'll be a little bit more clear. But we're just sort of riding at the moment.
Yeah, hoping we can. We need the next 2 wins now to be a shot or to be a good chance at making finals. We'll probably land in the 8 there based on it, but the only one. Well, no, we're not knocking anyone above us off their perch to lock it in. So to stay 8th, we do really want to beat the Tigers and the Raiders the next 2 weeks there, and I don't think either are going to make it easy.
Yeah, no, neither of the team, because the Tigers have always got bees in their bonnet about us.
Yeah, bogey team. 100%.
And Raiders are going to be tough no matter what anyway.
Yeah.
So the one for me that we also really do kind of need Bulldogs to lose.
Yeah. Yep.
We need Bulldogs to lose, and we need
keep them a bit further below us.
I want to say Manly to lose as well.
Manly's in 10th. Yeah, they're the other one that are somehow still in contention.
We just definitely need them to lose, just at least one more.
Yeah. Albeit mainly mathematically, but yeah.
Just to give us that real sort of final solidification.
Yeah, lock it in. That's exactly right. And then, yes, give Tommy a chance to come back and showcase what he can do for a finals run. See what can be done there. But, well earned but needed rest, I think, this week. There's not much more to touch on, really. It's been a big season for a lot of players, injuries, ins and outs. We've got Marnie back. He scored that try, very nice try last week against the Eels, but had a few weeks off with his HIA and whatnot there. So just really need to solidify, lock everything in, get that final team or our best team we can field, and push forward from there. So.
2 home games left.
Yeah, that's it. 2 home games. Thankfully, we get to see 2 of them back up here. So, and I think as well, probably it'll be the last 2 times we get to see Muzz playing for the Cowboys. Unfortunately, that's the other big news this week. We knew, or we sort of were pretty certain. Obviously, he was out of here. He was on the way out, but all the news was pointing to a contract with the Roosters. We've found out today that's not the case. He's actually heading to French Rugby Union on a reported to be pretty solid contract. So a bit of a European working holiday there. Nice sort of weekend away over there when he's not playing, and big paycheck to play Union, and probably not rest the body, not get hammered around as much, and maybe toward the end of his career.
Not have to worry too much about the yardage side of things,
Yeah, exactly right. Being a great...
Thanks, Penrith.
That's right, yeah. That's just how the game is, We've seen it go from forwards taking the hit-ups and forwards making your meters to the outside backs being the main guys to get back on side and take those big, hard yardage carries. Being a great servant for the club over the years, ever since his debut, he's been a mainstay. We've seen some amazing tries from him. Amazing
Origin.
Effort. Yeah, Origin, that's right as well. Talking about talking about tries and effort as well. He's had some great Origin moments, especially from the get-go, from his debut. Going to be a big sort of gap once he goes. Obviously, we do have a couple signings and whatnot, but won't be the same, I don't think. So, yeah, I guess thanks to Muzz for all the years, all the effort, all the tries, all the points. Just making that spot his, really. All the best once you go overseas and for the rest of the career. I'm sure he may make a return eventually, like we've seen Felt do recently, and hopefully get some sort of spot around the club there, whether it be mentoring younger ones or whatnot. But all the best. All the best for the future.
Indeed.
That's about it, though, for this week. There's not much more to touch on. As always, though, give us a bit of a follow or a like on Instagram or Facebook. Life at the Outpost podcast. We are on YouTube, as well, with the vodcast there. So go and watch this. We'll be back with one more episode for the year. Pending. I mean, if we do start having a bit of a finals run there, we might keep going. But one more regular episode for the regular season this year in the next one. As always, though, thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
Cheers.